John, before we talk about this weekend's cup tie against East Fife, quick recap from you. The result last week at Killie, a lot has been said about it already, but final word from you. How good a performance, how good a result?
Yeah, it was an excellent performance, an excellent result. Obviously the result maybe even more so than the performance, but we needed a performance of different. Tactically, the game was a little bit different from our normal game, so set the guys up to be a little bit more defensive, a little bit more denying space, and they carried it out excellently. I thought the first half we were different class, the way that we passed the ball when we won it back and broke on them. And then although we come under a lot of pressure, we stood very firm. They got a goal back, and of course we could have buckled, but no, the guys stayed very, very strong, and our energy and our stamina, our fitness levels were fantastic for particularly the third goal. Yeah, obviously that is a big key with regards to the fitness, that Reagan's still be able to run from his own 18-yard box right into their box to square it. Mattis has done really well for the second goal. It's not a normal type of goal for us. Jamie kicks it at the park, but he's got to compete in the air. He gets a little break of the ball, and he didn't have an awful lot of time to think about it, which is probably a good thing. He just went and snapped at it and got it, and he's taken the chance. And so a great end to a period where we've picked up 10 points out of 12 in the league, and we've put on a really good show at Celtic Park. So, with regards to Celtic Park, I thought again we can take confidence from the performance. I think off the pitch it was a good, financially for the football club it was good. So I think over the period, both on and off the pitch, has been a very successful period.
Yeah, and final word on Saturday at Killie. Not unlike the performance at Tynecastle last season.
Very much so. Going into Kilmarnock had been the club coming down from the Premiership, as were Hearts at that particular time. So you're going into away from home, you're going into their place. So, you realise it's going to be a difficult game. You realise that you're going to have to defend for good periods in the game. You're going to ask your goalkeeper to make save. You're going to ask for the defenders to block shots. Defend the box, clear the balls off the line. And although that happened, it wasn't like continuous. I thought we kept them away from our goal as much as possible, and we were also a threat in the counter attack. So yeah, it was very much up there with our result at Tynecastle, and all the players, like after Tynecastle, were absolutely delighted in the dressing room. It was a very, very happy dressing room. I think not just because it was Kilmarnock, it was at the end of a really, really intense period for everyone, and it was just like a massive relief and joy that we had got the points. But it is only 3 points, and but it does set us up very nicely. 8 games into the league campaign, 14 points on the board, 1 game to come. Yeah, so we'll take care of that when it comes.
Yeah, a key aspect of this a period with lots of games in it was momentum. You got the momentum going, you continued it. How important is it we now carry it into the cup game against East Fife, who are going to be really up for this local derby?
Yeah, we've got to be aware of that they will be. They see this as a big game. We've obviously come off the back of a derby game with Dunfermline recently, so we know what the derby games are all about. We've played County Meath in our league section, so now it's the other ingredient of the 5 derbies in East Fife. And it's not so long ago we were in League One and we had some really, really difficult games with East Fife. They were very good games, really good games, some really good high scoring games, end to end type of games, football. So we will not take East Fife lightly at all. Everyone can look at the league table, but League One is such a difficult league, with Falkirk being full time, with Queen's Park being full time, with Airdrie having a hybrid, with Cove spending a lot of money and a lot of good players. I mean, it's very difficult for the teams like East Fife, Peterhead, Clyde and other guys like that to try, and Montrose is trying to compete at that level. And Darren Young's done a great job there over a number of years, having East Fife in and around the playoffs at the top end of the table. So it's obvious that if you get a little bad run, then you'll slide down the table. And I think in that league it's so difficult, then that can happen. But I've got plenty of sort of faith in East Fife, and I'm sure they'll start climbing that table again. But we will give them every respect on Saturday. We know that we need to be at it, because exactly that, it's an opportunity for us to continue the momentum, to continue putting on good performances, to continue the feel good factor, and not to let that kind of like burst and end up going like a bad performance, a bad result, and then you end up losing that momentum and you've got to start again. We want to continue that. We want to have this feel-good factor. Players want to come into work and, exactly that, feeling good. You've come in after a great sort of result of the weekend and a good period in general, and coming in and the place is buzzing and bubbly, and we want to continue that because there's nothing better.
Yeah, it could set up. Yeah, as you said, it could set us up really well for the forthcoming matches. With regards to the squad themselves, obviously Tom Lang came into the side last Saturday, and Frankie's still training away there. Any thoughts or little things you want to give away about team selection, or are you going to keep us guessing as usual about positions and starting lineup?
No, I mean, we kind of know what we're doing. We've had little wee bits and pieces of illness during the beginning of the week there. We didn't come back until Wednesday, so we trained yesterday, we've trained today and going to train tomorrow, so we're kind of like assessing everything as we go along. On another note, Kai Fordringham is going to have an operation on his ankle, and that's probably going to end his period at the football club. He's had an operation on his other ankle, kept on getting dislocated, and Kai has been having the same issues with this ankle that is now going to have to get operated on. So he, at times, even when he's been with us, his ankle has been like dislocating and then popping back in again. So it's a kind of generic thing. It's on one ankle, it's now on the other. So he needs to get an operation and get this tidied up. So unfortunately, Kai is going to be, he's probably going to take him into the period where his loan deal is going to run out in January. So unfortunately, that's Kai's going to not be with us anymore. But we wish Kai all the very best at Dundee United. Thank Dundee United for allowing Kai to come here. He's put the players under pressure. He's, with regards to Dario's been on fire. Now part of that could well be because Kai's came in and he knows that if he lets his standards drop, then Kai would have got in and competed for a position there. So unfortunately, it's got the best out of Dario and likes Aiden. But Kai's came on in games and he's done really, really well. Had a couple of great opportunities to score against Hamilton and Ayr, and thought he did really well in these games. And even when he came on against Dunfermline, he did really well in the game. So it's a shame for Kai. The most important thing is his ankles. At his age, at 18 years of age, he needs to be. If he's got a weakness there, he needs to get his seen to. Because hopefully he's got an awful lot of football and a great career ahead of him.
We wish him a speedy recovery as well. Finally, John, it's a Fife derby. It is on at 1 o'clock on Saturday with the Scotland game later, but how good is it going to be playing in front of another noisy, enthusiastic East Fife Raith Rovers crowd? Yeah, hopefully the fans come out to support. I mean, it's a big day on Saturday, with regards to our game, which is obviously the most important thing for me, but then the Scotland game's a massive game as well, so it's a big day for football, and it's a big day for fans to get that, to get a good fix of football, their own team, the Rovers, and then your national team, and hopefully the two of us get good results and everyone can have a really nice Saturday night weekend. Great, thanks for that, good luck. Thank you.